everyone, and welcome to the Diversity is Lit Book Club, our 1-year anniversary party, and our giveaway. So I'm so excited to have everyone here. It's been a while since we've all been together, so I'm super excited. Let me see if our little banner. Okay, happy 1-year anniversary. And, I wonder if I can make it like a ticker so it's smaller. Here, let me see. Happy 1-year anniversary. Okay, let me see. Okay, there we go.
Oh, nice.
It's not, then it doesn't make us all small. So please let us know if you're here in the comments. We did have a giveaway on Instagram. Excuse me. But we will have one person who is present for the anniversary be able to win one of the books that we read this year. So it's super exciting. But first I'm going to have all of my lovely co-hosts / friends introduce themselves. If you don't know me, my name is Holly Davis. I'm a YA and middle grade fantasy writer. Alicia will come back, hopefully. I'm hoping to be traditionally published. And I'm working on the 3rd draft of my book right now, so we'll see how that goes.
Hi, I'm Heather Venkat. I am a middle grade and YA fantasy and contemporary writer, also hoping to be traditionally published.
Yay!
Hello, I'm Teresa Beasley. I am a young adult contemporary and adult thriller writer, hoping to publish my first thriller this year. And I'm happy to be here with you all.
Yay! Hi, everybody. I'm writer Alicia Grumley. That's where you can find me on Instagram. And I am a poet, a little bit of a nonfiction mental health advocate writer, and a young adult fiction. So that's kind of where I live my writing life right now.
Hey. And I'm Vanessa Marie, and I write YA fantasy, paranormal, and horror. And I am self-published. So.
Yay! And of course, right now I'm like choking on my own whatever. So Jen is here. Hello, Jen. Hi, welcome. And oh shoot, what was I going to say? Everyone is linked down below, so please follow them across the interwebs. So just a quick little description of the itinerary. We're going to kind of talk about like why we joined Diversity is Lit, why I created Diversity is Lit. We'll go into our favorite book that we read and the things that we've learned and how we've grown from the club. We will announce the giveaway winners. And then we have some fun bookish / booktube games to play. And if we have one question that one of the participants, if they answer first and answer that correctly, then they will win one of the books. So super, super fun. And then we all have dessert to celebrate Diversity is Lit's birthday. So I have some apple pie here from yesterday for the 4th. So that's what I'll be eating. So feel free to eat, you guys, you can eat your dessert at any time.
I have cake. It's chocolate cake. It's delicious with edible glue.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. It's from Cake Bake, Teresa. So,
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Cake is a local place here in Indianapolis. You guys, it's actually in Carmel. But it is lovely. It's delightful. It's like a little girl's dream place for a birthday party. It's like tea and beautiful sparkly lights and fairies, and it's so fun. It's so cute, and they make delicious food. So worth it.
That's fun.
Nice. Jed says, thanks. I just found this book club. So excited to learn more. Yay, welcome. So happy to have you here. So since you just found the book club, then you might not know why I started Diversity is Lit. But it was around June when the time of the Black Lives Matter movement like kind of resurged. Obviously, it wasn't the first time that it had happened, but it was kind of like the last straw that kind of brought people to try to enact change. And I knew I wanted to make a bigger impact on the actual community, which is why I have like a merch store that we donate a proceed of the profits to. Right now, where are we donating? I'm totally blanking on the current. We're currently donating 50% of the profits to the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund. And we'll probably switch that up as the months go on, but that's where we're donating it right now. But I knew, like, at the time, I just suddenly felt called to make this book club because, because we're all in the writer, and reader community, like, we all started analyzing our bookshelves and realizing, like, Alicia just wants to keep, like, popping in, just like, I'm here.
I'm here. I don't know why, but I'm.
No, you're fine. And, so I was looking at my bookshelves, and I mean, at the time I wasn't really buying a lot of books. And so I was looking at like my Audible, my audiobooks, and like, I was like, I've read like 2, maybe 3 BIPOC authors this year. And I just felt appalled and just really saddened that like I wasn't broadening my horizons and reading from diverse authors who clearly need our support. Well, not clearly need our support, but it's like, they're so good that it's like, why isn't everyone reading them? Because now it's like, I don't have time to read all these other books. I got BIPOC authors to read. Like, it's like, I'm like swimming in decisions whenever I choose the book polls. It's like, there's too many good books. But so I created it because I wanted to support BIPOC authors and to be able to expand our bookshelves, which is kind of our motto. So, and Kristen's here. Hi, Kristen. Hello.
Hey. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Megan.
So anyone who wants to go next can go.
Yeah, I can go next. I mean, it's kind of similar to the reason why you started it. When you invited me to the book club, I immediately said yes, because I was like, not only did I want to read more physical books, but I wanted to read more books by BIPOC authors. And I also, I mean, I don't have my stats in front of me, but I also realized, like, hey, I'm not reading enough books by BIPOC authors. And I, like, Holly and I are half Black, and we're not even reading books by Black authors. And we're not really embracing this side of us that is so important. So I jumped on it. I was like, yes, of course. And it's been awesome. I can't believe it's been a year.
I know.
But it's just the first of many. So thank you for inviting us.
Of course.
I'll go next. I joined after Holly invited me because even though I do read a lot of books by Black authors, I had not read books by other, nationalities, other diverse authors. So joining the book club helped me open up my reading platform to more authors that at first I would have never read them, but reading them here in the book club, I'm like, man, I've been missing out. So it kind of helped me open my, reading platform to more readers, more authors that I normally would not have read. And I read a lot of books, but joining this club has introduced me to several authors that I don't think was even on my radar. And that now that we've read them in the club, I've like purchased more of their books because we're reading them and I've learned their writing style and I like their books. So it was very, very special for me to be able to join the book club and then to be surrounded by talented women and read books and get to gossip about books. It's the best thing.
Aww. That's so sweet. I love it.
I'll go next. I joined this book club for so many reasons. I love when Holly brought this to, so I think most of the audience knows that Holly and I are in a mastermind group together. And she presented the idea of the Diversity is Lit to our mastermind group. And it was so just invigorating to hear her talk about it. And I just wanted to be a part of it. And for a few years, I had been actively trying to read my books for the year based on the fact that they were not white men authors. I tried to read the majority of even female authors, because one of those like trivia statistics that I've found in my life is that most of the time in history, Anonymous was a woman. And I, have an English language background. And I think that representation is so important. And if I can see myself in these stories, and if these stories bring pieces of me back to myself, I definitely want communities that aren't the white community to have that same representation and to be able to find themselves in books. And I actively want to try and elevate BIPOC authors. And as I think you guys can probably see, I am the only Caucasian woman as part of our group. And that has been really great for me to say like, okay, like I really have an opportunity to listen here and learn here. And I really am thankful that that opportunity is always brought up from the viewpoints of these lovely ladies. Oh.
Thank you. Aww.
And so I guess for me, I joined, I saw Holly's announcement on her YouTube channel about starting this club, and I really wanted to join because I read some BIPOC authors before, but not nearly as much as I would like. And so, that was, kind of the reason why you started the club, was the same reason I wanted to be a part of it, because I would look at the books I read, and a majority of them, are popular books that are always talked about on YouTube, which means most of them were from white authors. And so just wanting to diversify my shelves more and branch out and read more different authors.
Nice. Yay.
Can I add? I was going to say, can I add one more thing?
Yeah.
I was going to say, Vanessa reminded me of this about myself, that so when you started the club, I felt like there was a lot of fear mongering going on in the news and in the world. And I still feel like there's a lot of fear being presented to people. And reading is always one of the ways that, like, we're talking about diversifying our shelves and diversifying our minds. And it just tilts the kaleidoscope for me a little bit. And I feel like it's one of the best ways to combat fear. And I don't want to live in a world that's fearful. I think most people know that I take care of kids. I don't want to create a world for these kids that is a world based in fear and not of love and acceptance and kindness and generosity. And I think that reading books is a really great key and gate into, helping to erase fear.
Yes, I love that. I think that's
Awesome.
So important. Jen said, thank you for sharing your stories. Inspirational. I'm also trying to diversify my reading this year too. Awesome. Yeah, I was going to say, if you're here, let us know why you are watching or why you're part of the club or wanting to join. So that's perfect. And so I kind of touched on that. I saw that my shelves weren't really diverse. So we can kind of go into like kind of how things have changed or any perspectives that have changed for us. And then if we want, then go into our favorite book or books and why, because it's hard to pick just one. But wait, let me see if I have a little banner for it. Oh, are people still putting off fireworks? Really? It was till 3:30 a.m. for me. Yeah, and I had to let my dog in the bed because oh, it was crazy. They're celebrating 1 year anniversary. But so like, you know, the giveaway picture that I had and Instagram reel that I had for the book club, like where the books just kept stacking and stacking with all the BIPOC authors, like that was just so fun for me to see, because I was like, this is what I wanted. Like I just wanted my shelves like full of diverse authors. And even now, like the audiobooks that I'm picking and kind of like Teresa saying, it's like, oh, I like this author. Like I'm going to see what other books they have and read more from them. And from finding one author, it's like, oh, they, you know, they're sharing about this other BIPOC author. So now I'm like learning about them. So it's just helping me to be able to read books from their perspectives, like these own voices that I know are genuine. And when I'm reading about, you know, oh, like the struggles with Tara wearing her hijab in Sunburnt Vales, and it's like, you know, her mom and her dad didn't want her to wear it. And it was like, what? Like, I didn't know that. I thought every parent would want, you know, their child to wear the hijab. So it was like a different perspective that I learned from that. Or, you know, in You Should See Me in a Crown, it's like, you know, don't touch my hair, you know, you don't touch my hair without asking me. It's like all these things that you're seeing, and it's things that you're learning too, so that you're having a cultural appropriation and that you're not feeding into stereotypes and stuff. So I feel like it's helped me in my real life as well. So then going into, okay, so one of my favorite books that I read last year, which ended up being the book that we read in January or February, I forget which one, was January, I think, was Wings of Ebony by JL. So that was like one of my favorite books that I read, just because I really resonated with Rue's voice. But then I also still go way back to A Song of Race and Ruin, because that book just, I just felt like the writing was so strong, and that had so much tension with like the dual POV, and it's like they have their goals and they're both conflicting with each other. And so I just was drawn to it. And so like I say, those are my top 2 books that we read last year or in the past year. Oh, really quick, before we move on, Kristen says, I joined because I was starting to get back into fiction reading and wanted to be intentional about it. I want to support BIPOC authors with reads, buys, and reviews. Yes, that's a really good point too, to, you know, that we're buying them, so we're supporting them, and then reviewing the books as well, so that more people can know about it. Awesome.
Yeah, I would say like my perspective has changed in that, like, even the books that I had read prior to the club were, you know, like The Hate You Give or something like that, which, you know, is a great book. I love that book. But I think I've also sort of expanded my mind to say, like, there's so much more, you know, out there. And even just finding some of these titles that, like, normally I wouldn't have even picked up the book, like, if I saw it on the shelf, just because I was like, oh, you know, this doesn't really seem like I'd be interested in it. But then reading it in the club, I'm like, oh, wow, there was like so much more in here than I thought there would be. So not just like the lessons learned in the books, but also just seeing all of the expansive worlds made me realize, like, there's an endless supply of stories that still need to be told. And I know, like, there have been conversations about, like, you know, Black pain, Black joy. And in a lot of the books, you know, you're kind of seeing both, or at least like colored author pain and joy, because, you know, there's a lot of like Asian American hate that's going on right now, Asian hate. But I think that, like, I realized there's a whole nother world that my mind has been opened up to. And it's also made me realize, like, it's okay to read a book and not really enjoy it, because there's some books that I've liked better than others, but you can still like gain different perspectives from it. I mean, our very first book was also one of my faves, A Song of Wraiths and Ruin. And I hadn't mentioned this before, but I was actually in a reading slump. I hadn't read prior to the book club starting, I hadn't read a book in months. And because of the pandemic, I wasn't commuting. And so I had stopped listening to audiobooks, even though, you can listen to it while doing chores and things like that. Like, I just was in a funk. And so getting to read that book, I think, really re-sparked my love of just like reading in general, because I was sort of, like I said, I was in this reading slump. Yeah, so I would say that one's my favorite, but it's really hard to choose. It really is hard to choose. Yeah.
That was great. It's fun. I'm interested to hear everyone's favorite book.
I would say the books we've read has changed my perspective because I've learned from them. Like Heather was saying, like the different worlds and the different creativity by all the authors that we've read. It's like you learn a little bit each book. That I think I learned the most from the one that we just recently read, Sunburnt Veils. But I believe that in reading these books, not only did I learn a lot, but it made me want to go out and learn more about the cultures that were within the books, which I would have never done before. So, yeah, I'm Black and I read a lot of Black authors, but I realized that there's other nationalities out there that you can learn a lot from. Some might be similar, some might be far-fetched, but you're educating yourself. And I'm a big person on continuous education. So to learn more about different cultures and the way things are for them, just I think helps you be a better person. So that was my perspective of reading the books that we reread. But my favorite one, I would have to say, was Mexican Gothic.
Ooh.
I did not think I was gonna like that book because I read it for leisure reading, and then I read it again for the club, and I actually like concentrated and I analyzed, the chapters. And I will say, I know I'm a big horror buff and I'm a big thriller mystery person, but Mexican Gothic, it was my favorite. Just because the character, I believe the house was the character, the main character in the book. And that's what drew me in to that book. So that was my absolute favorite. And then
it was so high up there.
It's high up there. But then the other one that I liked was the very first one that we read, like you guys, the Song of Wrath and Ruin. Yes, I really liked that, the cultural aspect of it, and the two characters that had to go against each other in that one. I liked that, like tit for tat, but I did like the cultural aspect of it, and it was a beautiful book.
Yes,
right. It was a beautiful book.
I love it.
Mexican Gothic. I'm so happy Vanessa did suggest that one. That was the one that got me.
Me too. I feel like that was another one that's like I never would have picked that one up. It would have just been like, oh, that's one I hear about. It's really popular, and just not picked it up.
Yeah. It was just a different type of horror book for me.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is really good.
Yeah, I'm so glad I read it too.
Kristen says, I think These Violent Delights may be my favorite. And she's about half of the year's books. Yay! Thank you, Kristen. And then maybe Mexican Gothic, which is funny because I'm not a horror person. I remember your post on Instagram. You're like, at night, like. That's awesome. Yeah. Violent Delights were so strong.
So I actually agree with Kristen. These Violent Delights is my favorite that I've read so far, partially because I am a big Shakespeare person. But I just thought that the author did such a good job of maintaining the Romeo and Juliet storyline, but making it fresh and new and still feel exciting for me. And I'm definitely looking forward to the sequel of that one. I think the sequel for Rape and Ruin and These Violent Delights both come out in November. And I'm like, excuse me, this is not the time for this, friends. But I do celebrate Christmas. People usually ask me for Christmas lists, so I'll put those on there. But
perfect. That's so evil.
I know. I'm like, I don't have time to read these in November, but so I've been very excited about that. But I also really enjoyed.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
She'll come back.
While we're waiting for her to come back, I forgot another thing I wanted to say was that I noticed that sometimes, like, even the books that didn't get picked. Oh, we'll let Alicia finish.
I'm back.
You got this on what I also liked.
What was the last thing we heard that I said that Legendborn was my second favorite?
Oh, yeah, we didn't hear that. You were like, and also, and then just like, cliffhanger.
Yeah, so I love Legendborn too. And I think there's a sequel to that coming out. I hope not in November, but I can't remember when that one's supposed to come out.
Let me see.
Or is it next year?
I think it's 2022, yeah.
Expected publication 2022.
Mm-hmm.
There's no release date yet. Evil!
Okay.
Nano rewards, yes.
That's what they should be, yeah, exactly. But also good Christmas presents. So.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Heather, did you want to say what you were gonna say?
Yeah, sorry. I just I wanted to also add that I noticed that even if there are books that aren't picked and they were like a choice that we had voted on, or I see another author like promoting their book, I've also noticed that I'm more likely to also buy those too. It's not that I'm just reading the book of the month. So like I also read Maya and the Rising Dark, which I think was close to being picked a couple times. I read Amari and the Night Brothers, which was also, I think, one of the options one time. I loved that book. And then Cemetery Boys, and like I bought The Force of Stolen Girls, which was one of the options, but I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. I do still want to read this. So it's really like, just like, it's the best thing that happened to me, I think, or one of the best things that happened to me during the pandemic was having this club.
Yay!
I'll add on to that. I think that's one of the things that has also changed for me is that I am more aware of all of these books now. And so I really want to read a lot of them, a lot. Like every time we have the poll, I'm like, I can't choose. I want this one, this one, and this one. And so I do add them to my TBR list. And like, you know, there's been some great ones that even though we haven't read them in the club, you know, I've read them outside of the club. And like you, I love Amari. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite of the year so far. My number one favorite of the year. But yeah, like that. And others, I think my favorite that we've read for the club has been A Song of Fates and Ruin is my number one favorite. And then Legendborn, and then Mexican Gothic.
Nice. Yes. I like find it so funny that A Song of Race and Ruin is like up there for like almost all of us.
It was a great first pick.
Yeah,
it was.
Perfect time.
Yeah.
I love that. yeah, I think reading outside of the official list has been really good too. And so it's been hard because there's been so many good books to read that I'm like, well, this one was close. Do I like carry that over to next month's poll? But like, you know, and so like, but there's all these other ones, and you know, I try to like branch off with different genres and age categories. So it's so difficult. But yeah, so I struggle too, Vanessa, like which ones to pick, and then when it's actually up, like I don't know which ones to pick. So and Zuko, yes, Zuko's here. He's the parrot cat, as Heather says. So awesome. That was very insightful. So now we're going to go into who won our giveaway on Instagram. We had a lot of books available, so we could have a lot of winners. So I'll be notifying everyone on Instagram if they won and what book they won. And then we will send that out. But we will have one book available for one of you here, and that will be A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. So hold on tight for that.
Also, Kristen said that the thread with the book recommendations is a gold mine, and it is. It's so good that we can all just like add to them when it comes up.
It
like,
is
so bad.
Yes, that's so true. It's so hard.
So that's in Goodreads.
Yeah.
In the Goodreads club.
Yes, Jen. So Jen, I don't know if you found the book club through here or my Instagram, but our main hub is on Goodreads, so that's linked down below, and that's where you can vote on the polls and recommend books to read for the club. So so I'm going to go through. I'll just go in order because I had numbered. But the winner of Legendborn is For Wandering Birds. The winner of You Should See Me in a Crown is Aija 2020. The winner of Mexican Gothic is Writerski or Katie. The winner of A Song of Race and Ruin is author RJ Vick, who is Rebecca. And then the winner of These Violent Delights is A Reader's Book Corner. Nice. The winner of the Wings of Ebony arc is Chelly Clam or Kelsey. The winner of Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky is Morgan Whitlow. The winner of Which is Steeped in Gold is author Mary Walk. And last but not least, the winner of the Gilded Ones is Faith Noel, author. Nice, Heather. Oh, so fun. Yay. Right.
Congratulations, everybody.
Oh, cool. Found on Instagram and Goodreads. Following both now. Oh, yay.
Yay.
Hi, Felicia.
Hi. I switched devices, so hopefully I won't get kicked off again.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. I don't know. The internet where I am is being a little funny, so hopefully I won't get kicked off again.
Ooh, yes, do that. And then since a psalm of storms and silence.
Oh yeah, that's what it
is. The second book, which will be out November 2nd.
November, excuse me. I'm like mad about it.
Oh, that's rough.
It's already got 23 ratings and a 4.91. Oh, 4.91 stars.
I'm so mad that it's a November release because it was supposed to be June, I think, and then it got bumped back. I think due to
stuff. Because it came out June 2nd.
So yeah, so I think it was supposed to be this June was the second one. I think it was supposed to be June 2021.
Oh, evil.
Yeah, rude AF.
It gives me time to reread the first one. So.
Okay, that's fair.
There you go. Well, it's fun because that's another fun thing is that taking notes for the book club. Well, now I have all these notes, like it's like Cliff Notes version, or you can kind of like, a quick like revisit of like the main plot points too. So it's good.
Have you noticed that we read a lot of books that have sequels to them?
Oops, I was supposed to have this up.
Yeah, we have.
We have.
We have good taste. It's not our fault.
I know, right?
A bunch of book addicts together, like, oh, let's pick a book to read, and then we pick more books to read because that's like this vicious cycle.
It's super hard. At least we've been picking a lot of debuts, so it's like good. We don't have a backlog to go through.
That's true. Oh gosh,
that makes it even harder.
We're like, oh, this is a new series.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
yes, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
You need to top tier.
Mhm.
And that was her debut, wasn't it? Oh, just
So good.
Yeah.
golden.
Very impressive.
Okay, so now let's pull up our little booktube games banner.
Here we go.
So I tried to make I tried to do these games that might be like really easy. I don't know. It is what it is. But I have like 11 different questions. And I've got a dry erase board with everyone's names on here. So we'll see who's going to be the co-host winner of the booktube battle.
How are we going to do this? Are we going to like raise our hands, or what are we going to do? How do you want to?
I guess shout out the answer. I guess. Or do you think raising hands is going to be better?
Well, are you going to be able to see whose hand you hit first?
I don't know.
I'm very excited and ready to win.
Just do your best. It's all good.
The Enneagram 8 is like, I want to win. And there's like, just do your best. And I'm like, okay.
Let's do the raise the hand, I guess.
Okay.
We'll try. We could see if it's not working out. We'll do the
Okay. Yeah, I think that might be better than having us all shout, honestly.
All right, so this one, there's 5 questions. And so all of the answers are one of the books that we've read this year. And this is describe the book badly. So
I mean,
so this one is a retelling with lots of bugs and corpses.
Oh no!
Alicia?
Oh no! I don't know. Oh wait, yes I do know. I know this one. It's These Violent Delays.
Yes.
You raised your hand and you didn't know the answer.
I was like, wait, no, it's not this one. Yes, it is. Like, that's my favorite one. I was like, of course.
Oh, that's a good bad description.
Feel free to play along too, you guys, in the comments. All right, next is There's Something in the Walls.
Oh,
Alicia.
Mexican Gothic.
Yeah.
my reaction time is so slow.
I know.
All right, next one. Rabbits, Dolls, and Iron Monsters. Alicia?
Tristan Strong punches a hole in the sky.
Oh God. Got me a time lapse here.
But guys, remember, there's a couple of them I haven't read. So if your reaction's quicker than my powers of deduction, get there first.
You'll probably still be faster.
Oh my God.
I'll just guess. I'll be like, I don't know. Was it this one?
Oh, yeah. All right, next one. Women's Oppression and Lots of Death.
Oh.
Vanessa?
Gilded Ones.
You got it.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Love that one. Oh, I completely forgot about that one in the list. How do you pick a favorite? I love that one. There's a sequel to that coming out too.
Yep. All right. Next one. There's room for more than one prom queen. Alicia?
You should see me in a crown.
Yeah. All right, those were the describe the book badly ones, and then we're going to go into guess the book. Okay.
I might be
kind of more like trivia. All right.
Okay.
No, some of these are pretty easy. Whatever, it's fine. All right. The only adult book we've read so far, Vanessa.
Mexican Gothic.
You got it.
Oh, so you're not doing different ones, right? You're like they can cross over? Because wasn't Mexican?
Yeah, it could be the same that was in the other
I thought it was a different book for each. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Keep us on our toes.
The first book we read, Heather.
Song of Riches and Ruin.
Yeah. I was like
all of our hands.
my
We
favorite.
only talk about it every 15 seconds.
All right, next one. The only middle grade book we've read so far, Vanessa.
Tristan from Just a Hole in the Sky. Tristan Strong.
Yes.
Oh, really? I thought we read more middle grade.
That's the
think
two.
one.
I don't know.
Oh.
I know. I realized that when I was going through. I was like, oh, it's the only one.
I guess we've had options, but they never won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My Google Doc is covering the comments. Oh, Savannah. Hi, Savannah.
Savannah.
Hello.
Oh, Kristen's answering. Oh, Kristen's good. These are fun. I like bad book descriptions. Okay, sorry. My thing was covered in comments. Okay, next one is the book that was the author's YA debut. Vanessa?
I feel like this is a trick one because I feel like there's more than one.
It's not their debut, it's their YA debut.
Okay, so A Song of Riches and Ruin.
No.
Oh, so they have other books before.
Yes. It's not their debut novel, it's their YA debut.
Tricky.
Oh, I think
Heather?
I think it was The Gilded Ones.
No, I don't think so. Let me double check.
Yeah, now we're all like,
Now I'm all thrown off. Teresa?
Was it Legendborn?
Oh, no. It's not The Gilded Ones.
it wasn't Legendborn either?
Was it Legendborn?
Oh, I think it was Legendborn.
Wings of Ebony?
No, because that was just her debut. Her YA debut.
Why?
YA debut.
Ooh, I got you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I gotta guess. Oh.
Oh, I got to guess.
Teresa.
Was it Bethany Morrow's Ensemble Below
Yes.
Water?
Yes.
Oh.
I was like, I thought that could be it, but I was like, no, it wasn't, was it? Like, I was very like,
Nice,
I got
Teresa.
one.
Nice one.
Yeah, I read some of her other books, so I was like, wait a minute.
man.
At
nice.
first I thought it was Legendborn. But
Yeah. Right. Good. I was second guessing myself.
No, she does have some adult books though, so I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
What are some of those adult titles? Do you remember, Teresa, off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head, but let me see.
Okay.
Oh.
Because the one I had, I sold it to half price.
Oh,
After I read
okay.
it.
No worries
She-
if not. It just, yeah, I was like, what was it? What was it?
Let me see. I have her saved on my my other phone. I think her So Many Beginnings is an adult.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
And then she has Meme. Her new one, of course, Rising. I don't know if that would be adult or young adult. That might be young adult.
It got us. Tricky. Now I'll know for next time.
Yeah, that was a good one. And she's been in some adult.
Next year when Holly's asking questions, she's like, this is the question that stumped you all last year, and it'll be this, and I'll remember.
Yeah, it'll be fun because we'll have more books, so it'll make it like harder.
Right.
I think her main book is about I think it's about
I
women.
knew it was one I'd read.
I love it. All right, hit me with the next question. I'm ready.
Okay.
All right.
Next one is the longest book we've read.
Wait. How long?
The longest book,
Teresa?
would that be Witches Steeped in Gold?
That's right.
Oh, nice.
I got two.
Okay, second. Okay, and then an extra bonus one. What's the second longest book we've read?
I was gonna ask, is it Song of Fates and Ruin? Because that one was long.
That was like 400 pages, wasn't it? Almost 300.
It was 400. Yep, but it's not.
It's
The
the
Legendborn?
Legend.
Tristan Strong?
No.
Oh.
Was it Legendborn?
Legendborn.
Oh.
Yeah. Who said it first?
Vanessa said it, but I had my hand up.
Yeah.
But you were. Give it to Vanessa.
Okay.
Wait, how many pages?
So Witches Steeped in Gold is 544 pages, and Legendborn is 501.
Ah.
That's the
Oh.
trick.
Yeah.
They were close.
Oh, so Tristan Strong was 482.
Yeah.
So it would have been next.
I
And
was like, I
Song
know
of Race and
it was long.
Ruins 480. So yeah, we had some chunkers in there.
Yeah.
And speaking of it, like the randomest, like remember when? Okay, let's go back to October when we picked the one that I was like, guys, like this is like the new like horror thing, and I thought it was like a magazine that was coming out, and it was like a book. It was like a very thick book with a bunch of short stories. I was like, this is not what I was anticipating.
Oh, that was midnight.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. For November, we were like, this will be easy. We can all just like do it. No.
Nope, that wasn't it at all.
But that is the one where the editor hopped on our feed.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
I love that she came out. It's so
I'm just
sweet.
double checking some things here. Okay, and then the second to last question, because the last one is going to be for the participants. So next question is the shortest book we've read. Teresa?
Would that be Sunburnt Veils?
You got it!
Oh,
I figured
nice.
it. Nice.
And the second shortest. Vanessa?
Was that the Midnight Indigo?
You got it! Oh!
And it was shortest, even though it was
So Sunburnt Veils was 272 pages, and Midnight and Indigo was 275. So it's 3 pages more.
I know that I was anticipating Midnight and Indigo to be like 40 pages. 40.
I knew both of those were the short ones, but I didn't know which one was shorter.
Chunkers. So, drum roll, please. BookTube winner is Vanessa.
Oh, congrats.
5 points. Alicia with 4, Teresa with 3, and Heather with 1.
I got one. Congrats.
That was super, super fun. All right, and now of course I ended up making like the hardest one.
That was good. I like that.
Where'd you go, Alicia? Oh wait, there's like 2 of you.
Where's she
I
going?
don't know.
I'm over this.
Okay, here we go. I don't know. There was like a second one of you.
I was like not showing the picture, but I can still hear you guys.
What?
Oh, you're frozen.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh no. All right, so this last question is for our participants. Whoever gets it right will win a copy of A Song Below Water. And so this one is out of the, this one I will give you, here, this is what I meant to do, is share, hold on, bear with me one moment here, because I wanted to pull this up for you all. Oh, shoot.
The list of all the books?
Yeah, a list of all the books, but I was wanting it to all be on the same line. Just bear with me so I can have it all be on one page.
And for Alicia's next trick, she will pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Outfit change. It'll just be like a random outfit change.
Yeah, every time you appear, you should be in a different outfit.
Or like I lose like an accessory, like what's different? Like one earring's out. I add an earring in, the headband's on.
Can you see this? Do I need to zoom in more?
Make it a little bit bigger. I'm blind.
Like zooming
Oh,
in.
but it doesn't matter for me, I guess.
How do I zoom in?
We're not guessing. We're not guessing, right?
I'll make the font bigger. No. This is for, okay.
This is for everybody else, right?
Is that readable?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And this is hard because I don't have the authors' names. But the question for the participants for a copy of A Song Below Water is, which two books are debuts by Pitch Wars mentors?
She asked us before and we were like, no. You can do it. You can do
it. I should have had the names. I feel so bad.
But it makes it harder if they're gonna go Google it.
Oh,
Dun, dun,
Kristen.
dun, dun, dun.
Kristen, you've got a pretty good shot here, I think. I think you may have even read one of them.
Ooh. Get your guesses in.
You don't want to hear me hum, actually.
No, not Jen. No, those aren't by the Pitch Wars mentors. Good guesses, though.
Yes. Work together as a team.
Yeah, good guess.
Yes.
I like it. Do it. Not Legendborn.
Are we gonna make them get both of them, Holly? Are you gonna make them get both of them? Yeah, do it.
I don't remember what the answer is.
I remember one of the answers, but I can't remember the second one.
Was Chloe going a Pitch Wars mentor? I have to see. Oh, here, let me type in pitch. I have to look it up just in case I was off. It's not the one that I do know. There is one, and it's not the Gilded Ones.
You're right.
She was a Pitch Wars mentor.
These Violent Delights, Chloe Gong.
Yes. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, she's right.
Somebody got it.
But then there is a third one though. There is a third one.
There is?
It's a third. Yeah.
Always right. Got it though. There they are.
Nice. The third one is Shannon Smart, who wrote Witches Steeped in Gold.
Oh.
I really enjoyed that one too. Dang, I like so many of these books, you guys.
That was tricky. That was
Yay,
tricky.
you won always right. So So I will write down your name. If you want to either put your, you can email me at WriteHollyDavis at gmail.com, or if you're okay with putting your email in the comments, then I will email you and we can send you your prize. So yay, total guess. Oh. Yeah, at least you knew Wings of Ebony, Kristen. Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
It was really tough. We were like, we don't know the answers to this.
I didn't know them all too.
We were backstage. We're like, I don't know. Is that a thing?
Oh, that's right, because she was a co-mentor with Tashi Buyen, who wrote Counting Down with You. They were Team Clown Nation, so that was a fun thing. I'll email you right quick. Awesome. Put it in here, right? That's my name. I pay no attention to Pitch Wars. I know, I had a really hard one. Well, we have reached the end of our party. Oh. This was so much fun.
Yay!
Thank you everyone for joining. Gotta run, Kristen, no worries. It's been fun. I'm looking forward to next year, and I will try to have, a good balance of easy and hard questions. I'll try to have more so we can, because that was a lot of fun. I liked being the little commentator for that.
Maybe we can do like a holiday party this year.
Oh, yeah.
Special.
Oh, yeah.
Holiday party, because then we've got an anniversary and a holiday party, and that'd be kind of a fun wrap up.
Holly, you should participate next time. Maybe, I don't know how we can.
No, that's fine. I'm okay.
We can get a special host, and then Holly can participate as well.
Aw, you guys are sweet. Thanks. Well, thank you all for joining. Yay, so good to see you too.
Great to see you. This month's book is The Other Black Girl.
Yes. Oh, don't do it with me. The Other Black Girl is what we are reading. It's our second adult book. Yay!
Yes.
Super exciting. So please join us for August, in August for July's book club pick discussion. And please join us over on Goodreads so you can vote in our very difficult and hard to choose polls with amazing BIPOC authors. Oops. Okay, here we go. I gotta go before Alicia. Okay. Yay. Thanks for popping in. Glad you were able to make it and win.
And congratulations, everybody.
Congrats.
All right, you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you on the interwebs. All right.
Bye.
Bye.